Hello there. Let me know if you all can hear us. So I'm gonna check from my other cat. Okay, we are live.
Gallon bottle of water. That's right. That's right. That's my gallon. Y'all don't be
That's right.
mad. Alkaline, baby. Red top. Beijing Boston.
Cool. So I know it's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of pandemonium going on of what's in the news, the virus spreading and all that, and it's like negatively impacting countries. A lot of people are at home. They don't know for how long. A lot of people are jobless. They don't know when they'll get their next paychecks. They don't know if they have enough food. They don't know when they'll get another paycheck to put more food on the table. So it is scary times for a lot of people. But I just want to say, you can't live your life in fear, one. So the more you're watching the news, the more you're soaking this up, is the more terrified you're going to feel. So
Absolutely.
Now is the time to really pour into yourself. Now is the time for self-development. That book you always wanted to read, now is the time to read it.
That's right.
That book you always wanted to write, now is the time to write it. YouTube is free. Your mentors, a lot of them have free material on YouTube that you can really soak up to keep your mind in a positive environment.
Absolutely.
And just guard your ear gates, pay attention to who you are listening to. If you're talking to a certain person and you're feeling depressed, you're feeling fearful, then you probably need to just switch those conversations with those people completely, because now is when people are really vulnerable, So think about who is in your circle. Think about the 5 conversations with the 5 closest people that you are having on a daily basis, and you have to really guard your ear gate.
You actually have to, ladies and gentlemen, it's really key. Right now is not a time, it's not a time for contraction, it's a time for expansion, okay? It's not a time for contraction, it's an expansion time. Now, when we talk about expansion, is that you gotta say to yourself, now the jobs are closed, or they're literally telling everyone that there's only a certain capacity or a limit to how many people need to be among each other, right? Then now, for those of you, you're trading your time for your dollars, right? So what's happening, the kids are now at home because of the closures in school. So you factor your day goes like this. I'm a 9-to-5 worker, mom and dad. The kids are off to school or daycare. You're allotted about 8, maybe 10 hours in the middle of that day from the early portion to the end of the workday, 9 to 5, that now allows you the freedom from the children because they're learning while you can earn, okay? This is your system. I want to break down your system. Your system is 9 to 5, we're at work, and the kids are at school or daycare. So now you are trading your time for dollars, but you didn't have the pressures of the kids because they're learning. Now, because of this pandemic, now because of what's going on, the kids are now at home, all right? And then work still must go on. However, some of you are at home doing the work, and some of you aren't blessed enough to be in that position. So now it's a hindrance. There's now a tight hole. There's a contraction going on in your space of trading time for dollars, right? And for those who are that self-employed, right, you have an issue as well. There's a concern because now people aren't coming into your business. People aren't really frequenting your business. What's happening now, you now are in a position of a fetal position. You're somewhat crippled, right? So what we want to do today, what Baje and I are going to break down to you guys, is moving from where you currently are, which I like to say the left side, right? We call it the left side of money, right?
That's right.
The left side of money. And we're going to bring you guys and show you how being on the right side, okay, with the vehicle that we will tell you about, this vehicle that will take you from A to Z. Understand me now, A to Z, not A to B, A to Z, because B, C, D, F, G is a process. It is a process. And right now you have time. But we do not want you to have idle time, nor do we want you to start wallowing in what you're seeing on the news.
That's right.
So at this current time, this particular time, here is what most of us need to exercise. We need to exercise faith. We need to exercise faith. But ladies and gentlemen, not just faith. Faith with works. Faith with works. Action has to happen. So when we create a movement, when there's an action, there's a ripple. When there's a ripple, there's a reaction. And the way how the world is set up, the way how the atmosphere, the universe is set up, ladies and gentlemen, it comes back to you. it comes back to you. Things come back, what you put out. So right now, we want to put out positivity and put you in a vehicle that will change your financial blueprint. Baje?
Yes, so about 15 years ago, I stopped watching TV, especially the news, because I realized that everything I was taking in, I was responding to it. And a lot of us do that without even realizing it. So a lot of times when you're watching the news, you're hearing about killings, you're hearing about, robbing, you're hearing about fires, you're hearing about terrorists. Like, it impacts the way you think about life, and
Absolutely.
we don't realize it. Like, because of it, we are scared to interact with different cultures. We're scared to travel internationally. We're scared to just go out in our community. So I made a conscious decision to stop watching TV. I know we have a TV behind us, but we usually use it, for trading. And it's because of all the books that I was reading. All my mentors told me, TV, just stop watching it. I challenge you to program your own mind for your own self. Choose what you want in your space. Choose who you want in your life. Choose where you want to go, not just because it's telling us on TV what we should or should not do, or on social media who we should or should not listen to. Make up your own decision, who you want to be and who you want to become and what you want to do in life. So we are super blessed to be in a position to be financially free, and it's been so for quite some time. And they say, to whom much is given, much is required. So
Absolutely.
we went on our journey to start empowering other people a long time ago, through different streams of residual and passive income and through investing. So you guys been hearing us talk about the foreign exchange market for the last year or two, and it's because it's freedom. It's freedom, and it's something they don't teach you in school. And at first it looks complicated and it looks untouchable with all the squiggly lines and the numbers and the colors. But I promise you, just like anything you're doing in life now,
That's right.
any job or career you have now, you did not know about it day one, but you had to take one step in front of another
That's
step,
right.
trust
Absolutely.
the process, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the same thing with this. But in our academy, you actually have us as mentors guiding you through the process. So unfortunately, they don't teach investing in school. The stuff that you really need to become financially free, they do not teach it in school. So we took it upon ourselves to teach the masses, through our
platform. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the vehicle I was telling you guys about. And as you can see, even in speaking to you all, I'm always taking notes. I'm always learning. You got to be a student in all things, ladies and gentlemen. You must be a student. Right now, you should be a student in the crisis. You should be a student in the crisis, because if you are not, then you would have not learned anything, and you will repeat the same mistakes that you are repeating now. Because most of you experience the crash, the financial crash, with the real estate market, okay? Most of you experienced other crashes before. Now, here you are, that you have a vehicle that will take you from A to Z. Now, Baje is telling you about our academy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a platform that operates with 12 zeros. 12 zeros. I want you to think about that for a second. Because most of you, because you do not have the knowledge, you hear markets are crashing, and if anyone is involved or playing in that space, you automatically think, oh my God, your business, you're losing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why the words that I study in my good book, okay, it says we perish for lack of knowledge. And it's true that we perish for lack of knowledge, because when we don't know, what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is get into the know. And get into the know where you can find out what's going on. For instance, the stock market. The stock market is plummeting. But guess what? Look at the great, not even the good. Look at the great in it. The great in it is that you, if thinking correctly, if it's expanding instead of contracting, you now can actually go in and purchase certain stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is plummeted, and it's very, very low. Not only that you can be in that position to get those stocks, but then if you learn further, if you study further, then maybe you can attach yourself with a Baje in Boston, with the market breakers, to be able to now operate in that market that has 12 zeros. And that market, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about is the foreign currency market. It's the world's market. So when you all are saying the stock market, what you got to understand is the stock market is dealing with a compilation of stocks for these United States of America and other corporations. The currency space is currencies of the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to put you in a space with a vehicle that will change your financial blueprint, that whether the market goes up or down, we are still winning.
That's right.
So do not perish for lack of knowledge and start speaking on what you don't know. Because when you want to hide things from the masses, you put it in books, you put it in text. And most of us, what do? We read the opening and then we go to the back. We really don't get into the meat and potatoes, or we don't really go and tap and ask the friend who's extremely successful. What we do is ask the other friend who you roll with, who don't have the knowledge, but yet they're giving you information. If you are a dentist and you are seeking a carpenter to do work at your home, you do not seek out the mechanic, because the mechanic can only deal with your cars. So you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you want the information, then plug in to Baje in Boston, plug in to joinmyacademy.com, plug in to what we're teaching and how we're edifying. So this vehicle with 12 zeros, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much that we offer. Baje, what do we offer?
We offer so much. So we have a learning structure, like a learning platform that can teach you everything you need to know from A to Z about trading in the foreign exchange market.
Absolutely.
So you get access to the tools and the software. You get access to the live virtual session. So this was actually a session that I paused. So we have over 100 different educators in different countries teaching in different languages.
That's right.
So pretty much every hour of the day, you can hop onto somebody's session live and they teach you in the actual live market.
I think Bitcoin's on sale.
Okay.
This is awesome.
So that was a session that we were watching before that we just paused.
Absolutely.
You also get access to the amazing tools that we have. So this one right here is the harmonics, and it is amazing. It actually tells you where you should enter the market, where you should get out of the market.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
it's like training wheels for traders. But beyond that, because we realize that you can have the most important vehicle to get you to wealth. But if you don't have deadlines, if you don't have schedules, if you don't have accountability partners, and especially if you don't have mentors, it's so easy to get distracted with life. So here on our team at the Market Breakers, you have accountability partners, over 400 to be exact. So a few days after you come on board, we invite you to our private app or private chat where you'll be able to interact with the rest of your team members. And you'll have our direct phone number if you are ready to get started today. Like, we will personally mentor you through the whole process. So that's what you'll have. You'll have accountability partners and mentors on top of that. So it's life-changing. You don't have to have any experience. Just start.
You know what it is? The thing about getting to the top, ladies and gentlemen, is that you cannot get to the top by yourself. So I want you to really stop looking at the books and the stories of, self-made. Ladies and gentlemen, each one teach one. Mentorship is key to anyone's success. Any successful individual, if you talk to them, if you slow up a minute, instead of looking at how they're living and being envious, if you have anyone close to you that are wildly successful, why don't you reach out? Why don't you ask? Listen, John, how did you get there? Cheryl, how did you get there? Caroline, how did you get there? Find out, because mentorship, ladies and gentlemen, is the key thing. And right now, in your position, in the fetal position that our country or the world is currently in, constantly feeding you these things that you're hearing. Ladies and gentlemen, this virus is awesome. It's something serious. Yes, absolutely. We're aware of what's going on. But now that we're aware, what do? Do we contract or we expand? So you want to expand. You want to recession-proof your household.
That's right.
Recession-proof. Your household is your first ministry. I need you to hear me now. Your household is your first ministry. It's just like in the beginning when the Lord, as a believer, he said, let there be light, and there was light, and he saw that it was good, right? So you got to say, let there be a recession-proof structure in my home. Let there be financial wealth. Let there be joy. Let there be happiness. You want to have that in your home. So how do you have that? You have to follow those steps to become recession-proof. You have to do the things. You have to decide, okay, what do I have to offer? What do I have to offer? Because now I'm sitting at home, and now social media, ladies and gentlemen, now social media becomes the window. Because it's already one of the major windows in the world. But now it's even more, it's magnified because you're sitting at home. So if you're sitting at home, how can I now offer some things that will allow me to grow, that would allow my first ministry to be comfortable in being able, now listen to the key, in being able to provide a service. So you got to be a servant. You got to be a servant. So now you have a vehicle that will teach you a skill set that you now can say, hold on a minute, each one teach one. I got a friend or two at the job that's at home, and right now things aren't looking good. Maybe I need to call them. Maybe I need to tell them, plug into Baje in Boston. Maybe I need to tell them about Market Breakers, hottest team on the block, hottest team in the business. Yes, maybe I need to plug in. That's what it is, Market Breakers. You know what we do? We're in this market 3 times a day, 5 days a week. And don't get it twisted. We're going to ramp it up for you.
That's right.
That's what we've been doing. That's what we do with the team all over the U.S. and outside of the U.S. So when Baje told you about the private group and she told you about having access, ladies and gentlemen, we've segmented so that we can have a private group for the market breakers. And ladies and gentlemen, when you come over here, you're learning. Listen to this. I need you guys to hear me. Some of you read my lips. You are learning. This is not here, take, make. No, it's not a here, take, make. It's you are learning. I am not going to give you the bread so that you can continue to eat, give you the bread tomorrow, you continue to eat. Because if something happens to the man who's bringing the bread, then you're out of bread.
That's
but
right.
if I teach you to
how
become
to make bread,
how to make bread and become fishers of men,
That's
right, honey?
right.
That's right.
that you can eat for a lifetime, boo.
Facts.
So this
Facts.
is not a signal group.
Come on now.
This is not a signal group. We're not
Come
just
on
telling
now.
you what to buy and what to sell. We are showing you how to read the software, how to go into money, how to go into money.
How to get the money.
How to get the
That's
money.
right.
Go in the
Go
market
get the money.
and
Go
get
get
the
the
money.
money. Go get the money. Go
Like
get the money. Y'all ain't ready?
24/7. This
Come on.
is a 24/7 market. So even on the weekends, you can trade cryptocurrency.
That's right.
And whether the price is going up or the price is going down, we make money. So it's life
Money,
changing.
money, money.
It's life changing.
Money, money,
and what
money.
is not is new. Like it's been here for a very, very long time. And the 1%, the banks, the hedge funds, the governments, they've been trading in this space, and now you can too. So it's life changing. We are in the middle of a wealth transfer, baby. And like a lot of people are losing money, but a lot of people are making money. So
I was just checking trades. I was just checking trades.
Ooh, he's up $372.
Yeah, checking trades. We eating
That is not a claim.
while we
That's
speaking.
not a disclaimer.
No. Listen to me. I'm eating while I'm speaking.
Okay.
Past profit does not dictate future results.
That's right.
So listen, why we? This
But
is
you
why
just
we
made a
said.
little something.
I made a little something. Remember, I said your home must be your first ministry. Somebody right now say to yourself, because you're home. Say self. My home is the first ministry. I'm gonna say to myself, self. My home is the first ministry. So y'all better start saying something. Y'all better stop playing around now. Stop playing.
So a lot of people, they just think, oh, in recessions, in times of chaos like this, like people are losing money. Look at the shelves. You see how all those stuff are being sold out? Somebody produced that stuff. Somebody's making money. Walmart's making money. Publix's making money.
Come on.
Kroger's making money.
Woo.
Gas stations making money, right?
That's right.
People who manufacture masks, they're making money. The creators of Lysol, they're making money. Why aren't you making money?
That's right.
What side of the quadrant are you on?
That's right.
Like the people who trade in the foreign exchange market, they're making money, and they're making money from home. So,
Ladies and
like,
gentlemen,
get on the right side of money, people.
get ready to rumble. See, I'm having fun with this.
Oh my
guys.
gosh.
See, I'm in the ring right now.
You're in the ring.
I'm in the ring right now. See, I'm in Vegas right now. I'm in the ring. So guess what's happening? I got the pandemic on one side as the opponent, and then I got the market on the other side.
Okay.
And they're battling each other right now. Market breakers, come on, know how to party. Come on, market breakers. Woo, know how to party. Let me tell you, in the city of ATL, where you at? In your city, wherever you at, you better connect. Market breakers. What we do, we keep it.
Keep it rocking.
What we do, keep it rocking. See, listen, I enjoy this because listen to me. The shutdown is what I enjoy because guess why? I'm always making money and I can make it from anywhere in the world.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's right.
from that cell phone or from this laptop right here. Ladies and gentlemen,
And
you
the
can
thing
do
is,
it.
like, this market has been around for a very long time.
That's right,
Yet they don't
absolutely.
teach you about it in school. We've
Come on
been
now.
on IG for the last 2 years, like,
Talking
telling
about
you guys
this.
about it. So it's not bragging. It's like, we want to help you. Like, joinmyacademy.com or just DM us and say, hey, Baje, I'm new. I have no idea what you're talking about, but can you teach me? And we are here to teach you.
So if you're here thinking to yourself, well, if I am laid off or if I'm home from the job, Boston and Baje, you over here talking all that flash. Guess what? I don't got no money. How am I going to do this? Here's what you do, ladies and gentlemen. Take a step back. Take a step back. Slow up on all payables. Slow up on all payables. There's no rush. If you're up to date, ladies and gentlemen, slow up on all payables. When there's pandemonium, you slow up. You don't pay out. You want to receive in. So guess what? Some of you might say, hold on, he telling me to be late on my bill.
And
He telling me to do this.
Some of you, like, you already in debt and you have your little ass and you want to
Come on.
well, let me get out of debt first. That's not how that's not how you get out of debt. You
Not
invest
at all.
to get out of debt.
Absolutely.
Like, you're going to stay in that current cycle if you're
That's
using
right.
all your money to, like, pay off debt. No.
Absolutely.
You invest in yourself. You invest in education and you, like, invest in the markets. That's how you
Self-help.
get out of debt.
That's how you get out of debt. So you don't want to pay, you want to receive. So right now, for those who might have a little extra and they may owe you, so you might want to reach out to them, say, hey, listen, I need to collect on that little bit. I need to do X, Y, Z, because here's what you're going to do. You're going to store up. You're going to store up. And now you're going to put out to where you need to put out. But whatever you're putting out, it needs to be bringing in tenfold. You need to 10x your business, right? So you need to put out on what can bring in. Don't put out on what's need to, oh my gosh, they normally give me 90 days before they even cut this light off, or they give me 45 or 60 days, and I am on time. I'm not going to let that stop. No, if you have to slow that up so you can invest to get yourself out of a rut. That is what you do. But see, no one teaches that, because those who are in a space, and I'm going to talk to some of y'all real quick. My folks who are so corporatized, my folks who are so levels of education that they may feel that is so high. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand this. Everything corporatized, everything that was placed in your corporate mindset puts you in a position that everything else doesn't make sense. You're thinking, well, hey, I have my PhD and I am an exec at such and such. See, everything else outside of where you are doesn't make sense to you because you're under that corporate mindset. What we got to do is shift your mindset, because you're still on the left side of money. We want to shift you to the right side where you can become a business owner, okay? A business owner. Not for those who are saying, well, I got my business, Boston. I'm doing my thing. No, see, you're self-employed. And some of you, if you think you're not, then you're an owner-operator. Because a business, ladies and gentlemen, have a system in place. A business is McDonald's having duplication. Then you move into that investor quadrant that we're talking to you about, where you now can literally sit back and you have things working for you. So when they just start talking about those little items, see, the investors, they think up money. They think up money. What is needed right now in this crisis? Some of you have to think about that. What are the things that people need? You're saying, oh my God, everybody want to be in their home. Oh my God, there's a pandemic. No. Stop glorifying negativity and speak positivity. See, the word that I study, it says that I am the light. I am the light of the world. So if you're the light of the world, if you're giving off illumination of light, when light comes, darkness must vanish. So do not bring that darkness of that negativity into your space so much that you're so caught up in it and you cannot see clearly to really bullseye on your goals. So this vehicle, you want to be a part of this platform. You want to jump into this vehicle so we can take you on a ride, a financial ride, a wave that we make money in. This is how the wave goes in the market, ladies and gentlemen. And we just ride it up and down. Y'all need to stop playing market breakers. We fire. Market breakers, hottest thing on the block. Market breakers, we winning. We crushing it. Come through. Y'all ain't hearing me, man. Y'all ain't hearing me.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited that our team is winning.
That's right.
And these are people who started 3, 4, 5 months ago, and they are in their live accounts now, like in the markets with us 3 times a day. So 4 a.m., 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and we are pulling money out of the market.
That's right.
Like,
Absolutely.
so we aren't just feeding people. We aren't like giving them signals. We are teaching them how to trade, how to read the software, how to make money on their own. And that to me, like, is priceless. So you can learn this. Like, you can learn this. So you just have to reach out to us first and like believe in yourself.
Yeah, believe in you. Believe in you.
Oh, you that. Like,
That's right.
You've been given corporate America, you've been giving your boss, you've been giving everybody else your time,
That's
your
right.
effort. Like, it's time to invest in you.
That's right.
Like, the time is going to pass anyway. Like, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year will pass. What are you doing today to make you a better person in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now?
And if you're thinking to yourself, well, does this seem to be something I got to put in a lot of time? Ladies and gentlemen, she mentioned earlier, it's a 24 hours a day market, 7 days a week. No, you don't have to put in a lot of time. What you put in, what you get out of the market. And yes, if you're thinking, well, I still need something else. We have 3 different money apps. 3 different money apps.
Yep.
If you want to plug in, and we'll tell you about those money apps. We're not even going to talk about that now. We're going to tell you about those money apps. This is what my wife always do. When my wife is upset, she said, boy, if you don't. See, I always try to understand what she meant by that, but it took me a quick second to realize I'm in trouble when she said, boy, if you don't. See, listen to me. That's the money talking right now. Y'all need to plug in, y'all. You see, y'all need to plug in. This is so good. I'm about to go trade some more.
Yeah.
We're in the markets right now. This is live. This is live what you're looking at. This is live.
So
we're in the markets right now.
We're in the
Okay?
US dollar trading against the Japanese yen.
Woo!
Because we know I'm not going to tell you which direction it's going. I'm going to get the bag. If you want to know what direction
right.
the market is going, like, DM me.
DM me. Let's get it. Let's go. Let me drink some alkaline water. I love y'all. Because listen, we doing a gallon a day, baby.
Yep.
A gallon a day.
But I'm
y'all need
super
to stop
excited
playing.
and I'm super blessed and I'm willing to give back. But you have to reach out to me first and let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's
y'all.
go.
I see
Love
the
you
flags,
guys.
self-protection
Love you
services,
guys.
Shara,
Woo! Baje in Boston.
Dista, Doc Reed, Wasay, Check Go Production. Like, reach out to me. Love y'all. I'm about to get back in the markets and pull out some money. Holla!